Welcome to our monthly economic update. I'm John Cleaver, partner and senior financial advisor with Beyond Wealth Advisors. And with me today is Dennis Bacon, chief investment officer, also partner. And it's September. Believe it or not, it's September. And we've been through a lot the last few months of the 2020. And if we look back just to the month of August, the best August we've had in 34 years, up over 7%. What is going on?
I don't know. That's not what you want to hear from your financial advisor, right? What we have seen here is just a tremendous recovery. And, it does give me some concern, though. Mm-hmm. We've seen the technology stocks get way ahead. We've seen a lot of the value stocks really lagging. And one of the things we did about 2 weeks ago is in all of our strategies, we rebalanced them back to their original allocations. What that did was it sold off some of these things that had really went up a lot and bought some of the things that were down.
Well, wait a second. That's a strategy called buy high. No,
you got it wrong. No.
We want to sell high
and buy low.
There you go.
There you go. So that's kind of what we did. We did that about 2 weeks ago, and in all of our strategies. And I think, given the reaction of the market the last couple of days, yesterday the market had a really big downturn. The technology side, as indicated by the NASDAQ, actually had a more significant drop than the Dow did, which has a little bit more balance towards the value side. Right. And so we have seen that, and that's really why we made that rebalance. We felt like it was really important to take some of those profits off the table, invest in some things that maybe hadn't been doing so well to either give us some ballast if we had a pullback in the market. Also, if the economy broadens out and we get a more broad-based recovery, all those things that have been lagging will start to come up. Now, a lot of those growth stocks are great companies, not a problem with the companies, but they're just a little ahead of themselves right now.
Right. So you just mentioned value, and there's always a lot of conversation around growth versus value. Should we cycle back into value? Is growth moving out of favor? What would you add as we kind of cycle through here in terms of that conversation?
Okay. Well, I think there's some good times when value really plays a role. And those are times when people are a little bit more fearful. As we say, you're always going to want to buy toothpaste and toilet paper. Matter of fact, we ran out of toilet paper this last spring, if you guys remember. But everybody wants it. So, and sometimes the other things, we're not so concerned about growth of our money. We're looking at maintaining our money and holding our value. And so I don't know that we're really going to cycle back through that. I think long term, I think the growth is a really great place in the market to be. But I think right now, when we're having some time of turbulence, that we don't want to forget the value side, because it will come back. Long term, you should make a little more money in growth, but I think that the value side will cycle back, and it does provide that great value, particularly for investors who are a little concerned about having their values deteriorate.
Sure. Well, last month we teased the audience and said we were going to talk a little bit about the election. This little thing going on in a few months from now, a few weeks from now. So we're just now inside of 2 months from the national election. What in the world's going to happen?
Well, Labor Day, which we're filming this a couple of days before Labor Day, is typically the kickoff to the stretch run for the election. And as we go into that, I've been listening to a lot of people who have Washington insiders and et cetera about what to expect from the election. Well, we do expect volatility between now and Election Day. That's why we rebalance our strategies.
Absolutely.
But as we go forward, we feel like that if we have a current administration, the Trump win, if you will, certain things are going to probably happen. If we have a Biden win, we will. Now, we're not even going to get into whether Congress flips or anything like that, but just looking at that level, pretty good consensus that if we have a Biden win, that we're probably going to see some drop in the market. Now, that's not because of anything political. What it really goes to is Biden and the Democrats have been very clear that they're going to increase the tax rate on corporations from about 21% currently up to about 28%. And if just that alone pulls a very large portion of profit out of the companies. Now, we buy companies because they're going to make a profit.
That's exactly
Well,
right.
If the federal government says we're taking more of that profit to that side, it's going to cause less value in the companies.
Right.
So we're going to see a drop. I don't want to get into percentages, but we're not talking major because of that, but we are talking some pullback, at least in the near term, until policies are put into place. And once those happen, then the market will respond based on what those policies actually are. But in the anticipation, that would be the case. If that being the case, some of the places where you would want to be invested in a Trump administration would be 5G technology.
You mean a Biden?
Yes, Biden. I misstated that.
You're good. You're good. Just keeping you on track.
In a Biden win, what we would want to have is 5G technology, infrastructure. Now, the interesting thing is that also would be the same case in a Trump win.
Right.
So those are two things that we feel like the government agrees on and the technology agrees on.
Yeah.
On the other side, we would want to look at high-yield muni bonds. Interesting concept. But the reason is a lot of the money that a Biden administration would do is they would go to support a lot of the states and municipalities that have had major disruption during the last few months.
Right.
And they would give more money to those, thus buoying their credit rating, thus increasing the value of high-yield muni bonds. So that's one area. Also, government bonds would be a great place to be.
Okay.
Some more safe haven type investments outside of the infrastructure and 5G technology. There would be some fairly good hit to the high flyers that we have had recently, whether we're talking technology, healthcare, and a few other areas would probably suffer a little bit under the initial stages of a Biden administration.
Okay. Flip the coin the other way.
Trump administration. Okay. Trump administration would be a lot of the status quo of what we're going for. We don't really look at a downturn in the market because we're not going to have that tax issue. Probably in a Trump administration, 5G technology, infrastructure are certainly going to do well.
Okay.
Also, small caps, because it'll be a much more favorable environment for small companies. Because less regulation and those type of things would tend to hamper small companies more than large companies. They don't have the resources to overcome regulatory issues. They would do well. Oil and gas should do well. And those are probably a couple of the major areas that would do well. Okay. On the flip side, ones that would not do well, probably healthcare. A lot of the healthcare areas, different ones, would not do well because there's a full indication that Trump is really addressing the cost of healthcare issue, which cuts into the profitability of all of these companies.
Right.
The other area would be China. I think it's pretty evident that Trump really is going to address the China issue on several different fronts that will make the investment in Chinese companies very challenging because of a lot of reasons. I mean, there's a potential that they could even tell Chinese companies are going to have to delist if they don't adhere to international accounting standards, which currently they don't all adhere to those. So there's a lot of different issues out there that would address those issues. So that's a couple of areas that we think would really be challenged during that environment.
Right. That's fantastic. Well, obviously there's a lot to that conversation. There'll be a lot of dialogue. There'll be a lot of opportunities to gather more information. And we have a couple coming up as well that we wanted to share with you coming up in October. And we'll be getting more information out on this. We're going to be doing a pre-election event. It'll be a Zoom call. If you want to speak just a little bit about that event and why someone might want to tune in.
Okay. Well, we're going to be doing that. Right now we're scheduled for October the 6th at noon.
Yes.
It's going to be a Zoom call. We can have a large number of people attend that. We'll have a way that we can do Q&A will be set up. We're still working on a few technical issues. But also the speaker we're going to have is a speaker that is really embedded in the political culture and the investment culture and can really speak a lot more definitively about some of the issues than what we've shared with you today. So it'll be a great meeting. It'll be about 30 minutes. And then we'll have some Q&A for about up to 30 minutes after that.
And that'll be really exactly 1 month before the election.
That's right, 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
Fantastic. And then we are looking at doing a post-election event as well. More information to come on that. We won't go into a lot of details, but certainly want to bring as much insight and information as we can to all of you as we navigate through these next couple months and as we look forward to the election cycle coming to an end.
That's right.
All right.
Yes, coming to an end. We want that.
All right. So any Labor Day wishes as we head into the holiday, or post-Labor Day wishes as you come out of the holiday?
Well, hopefully, when you see this, it'll be after Labor Day. Hopefully, you and your family had a great Labor Day weekend and had great weather where you are, enjoyed it. As we go
Stayed safe, stayed healthy.
Stay safe and healthy. And as we go into the fall season, we hopefully will have wonderful weather, and we hope to have I'm sure we'll have a very interesting election cycle.
Yes.
It could be interesting.
All right.
Don't plan on going to bed early on Tuesday night of the election if you want to watch it.
There we go. Well, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like us on our YouTube channel and check out our website at beyondwealthadvisors.com. And until next month, we'll see you then.
Y'all have a great one. Bye.